Hi, I'm Brett Manning, and I'm going to be answering your vocal questions today. Our next question is, hey, I don't speak with a lot of nasality, but as soon as I start to sing, it sounds very nasal. Well, the interesting thing is, if you can talk denasal, you can sing denasal. I know some people who talk right here, but then they sing completely out of their mouth. And that's also a problem too, because you have to have a subtle nasal lilt presence in your tone in order to free up the pharyngeal resonator. So, if I'm talking right here and I begin to sing, so this is how it feels to live my life alone. I'm not talking and singing with the same mechanism. Some people argue that that can happen or not. Well, I'm telling you right now, the greatest commercial singers sound an awful lot like they talk. So if I say, so this is how it feels, I'm in the same place. So this is how it feels. So this is how it feels to live my life alone. A little bit of nasality climbs in because alone anticipates an N. So a little bit of nasal quality is charming. But an excessive nasality is usually due to losing that speech-like quality in your singing. Our next question is there an exercise that I can do to increase closure and presence in low notes? Well, closure, meaning chord closure, implies the deeper the chord closure, the more presence. Too much chord closure is tense. That's when the vocal cords are not so much as closing on their own, but you're enacting muscles underneath the chin. All these type of muscles, which are horrible. These should never be flexed. You should never look like this when you're singing. So, if you look at me and you turn down the sound, you shouldn't know when I'm singing a high note. If I said, oh, you don't know when the low note or the high note is, because the vocal cords vibrate on their own from vocal fry into chest voice. Oh, 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 oh. It's in the exact same place. I feel like I'm singing in a level playing field every note. Also, once you have the, you can add a B to it and get more presence. Ba, 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 ba. Some may say, you don't sound like a bass. Just say, I'm not. But I'm increasing my ability to sing low. And throughout the years of doing this right, you will put on more vocal presence in your low range. Our next question comes from a brand new singer saying, I just started singing. How do I know if I'm hurting my voice? Well, the first indicator is that it hurts when you sing. Your throat hurts. If these muscles underneath the chin are tight, and I've talked about this a lot. The reason I talk about this is because when I first began singing, these muscles were rock hard because somebody taught me how to belt. And I pushed chest voice all the way up to high C, full out. But the next day, I'd always be raspy. Now I sing 10 times more than I used to 20 years ago. And I can always get back there the next day. Even though I'm fatigued because I teach a lot, I still am never hurt. So there's a difference between working out a muscle so much that you're tired. If you run a marathon every day, you're not going to want to sprint to the end of the corner the very next day. But you do build up endurance and strength and the ability to run that far consistently. And you do this through exercising properly. This is why my program is set up with a lesson plan so that you just do the exercises and they guide you with just the right amount so that you don't overwork your voice.